Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 48th World, where we do reviews. Okay, we're going to be talking about The Real that aired on the 24th of February. We're just going to be talking about part one of You've Got Mail. That's a little segment for Girls Chit Chat topic that they did on today, and I'm going to come back with part two. But basically, it was when a caller or a viewer um, calls in and they actually ask for advice from the women on a topic that's solely theirs. And we had a guy call in named Jayance, and his question was, "What do you do if you have a mad crush on your best friend?" And the girls was just tossing around different things of what they would think about it, and personally, me, if he was a best friend or she was a best friend, depending on if it was a man or woman, and Beyonce seems to be like he's homosexual, so he's talking about a guy, and I feel like if the guy and you have been together forever, well, at least about maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years, and they have not really expressed an interest in you, or they talk about other men with you that they would like to date and this, that, and the third, and they always look to you for advice and stuff, and they never did anything like kiss you or just shows you a little bit more extra attention that you really wouldn't get from a best friend. Because, your best friend is like your homie, your road dog. You could talk and say anything to them about anything, and they'll give you great advice. But I'm like, if they ain't showed you nothing like they touched you a little bit more, or, they buying you stuff and saying you don't have to get it, I got it, or they definitely calling you all the time and they're worried about what's going on in your life, then that's somebody that's interested in you. But if they're not doing any of that, they're not interested in you. It's just that friendship. And they're not going to cross that line because they, basically love you like that. And it could be that fear that it may not work out. Then you will lose that friend because you can't play the field. You can't be my homie one day and we've been treading and trekking down, through life for so many years, and then want to flip the script and be my man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work out. And I was like, that don't go there. Just stay being the friend. But it's always one or the other. It's not necessarily reciprocated back and forth. But anyway, Adrian goes on to say, whether or not your gut instinct, your intuition basically tell you if that other person wants to be more. And she pretty much right like that. I can get with her quick thoughts of if a person likes you or not. They'll show you symptoms, not symptoms, but signs of, paying attention to you a little more, being more geared into your lifestyle, and not really talking about nobody else, but you and them, and how, you feel about certain things in relationships, or they want your advice on how long you think you will want to wait till you get your mate, or what's your perfect mate, stuff of that nature. Then they're interested in you. But if they just talking to you about other men and this, that, and the third, no, they're not interested. So I could get with Adrian when she said that. Then we had Lana said, give it some time. And I was like, okay, I can see what Lonnie's talking about too, because you're trying to go into another avenue. You're trying to play defense. You want to be the friend, but then you want to be a little extra or something, something. And you want to be in that person's life, but you pretty much know everything about that person. You know what I'm saying? So I was cool with that. Then Adrian chimes back in and um, says that's when um, yeah, you should give it some time, but still that you basically would know. So I'm like, Adrian, it's either you know or you don't know. Remember you said that, so why don't you want to give some time? So I'm like, sit down, Adrian. Okay, so then we have Tamara, and Tamara says, what if you go in for a kiss and they don't kiss you back? I'm like, girl, we were talking about in a relationship, meaning should you tell that person? And I know Adrian gave example where you snuggle up with them if y'all at a movie, or y'all just on the couch sitting down talking, and you snuggle up, and then for some reason you look up at them, they look down at you, and y'all mutually come to smushing each other in the face with kisses. And I'm like, Adrian, okay, you've been watching too many movies because I know you're a side actress and you're on here as a public fixture on television on this show as a commentator. And I think you're just living in the movie world, honey. It just really don't. It could go like that, but I don't see too many movies where they play it like that. So people could just be reenacting what they saw instead of really what they feel they really want to do. So it necessarily won't be that subtle. If you really like that person and they like you, y'all gonna go straight for the kiss. It ain't gonna be no coin around. You know what I'm saying? So then Lonnie was like, says you girls, meaning the rest of the girls on the show, that y'all attracted to the physicalness, and it seems like Lonnie is a little bit more spiritual, and she wants to know more about you, and prior to jumping in the bed and going out having a good time and kissing on each other and feeling on each other. No, she said you really need to get to know that person and see if that person wants the same things. And then, that friendship would develop into something else if both people are on the same page. They mutually want this. But usually, it's not going to be like that. And I was like, okay, Lonnie, you dropped some knowledge there. You dropped some knowledge, girl. Because I was with it too, and been in this same situation far as liking someone and they didn't, reciprocate it back. So I understood. And, I've been on the other side where somebody wanted to get with me on a more platonic level, or I would say more monogamous relationships. This person wanted to have, and I wasn't ready, because I felt like I was just getting out of a relationship, didn't want to jump right back into a relationship, and I just wanted to know them. And then when I kind of felt after some months of talking with them that I was really looking at them at more of a friend, not somebody I want to hang out with and go back and do the nasty stuff with, or be all on them, bumping and grinding. You know what I'm saying? Or even thinking about having a family with. So, and just going back to what Adrian say, when you want to be with a person and when you just want to have them as a friend. So, I was like, okay, I like what Lonna's saying. She's still dropping in knowledge. She's trying to be a spiritual person. So, she has been married before, and I don't know why she got a divorce or whatnot from the little person. But I like, okay, yeah, you can't just be throwing your body and your mind into stuff. You really need to be thinking about what you're doing because you don't want to be seen as a hoe, and you don't want to be seen as somebody that just know this person for a little while, then they're in the sack with them, and then they wonder why this person's not trying to have a real relationship with them. And it's because of sex and the intimacy came first before actually getting to know that person and connecting with that person on that spiritual level, and then all of it will encompass itself. It took me a while to figure it out. I'm still stumbling myself because flesh really do take over when you really are attracted to somebody and you just have to go for it. So I understood where Lana was coming from. So okay. I can't get on Lana today at all. And then we have Tamara says, again, this guy, she gave an example, really liked her. He went in for the kiss and stuff, and she went the other way. And they just couldn't continue their relationship. And the guy made it very plain to her that they couldn't have a relationship anymore, platonically or friendship based, because he crossed the line. And it could have been a lot of more so of embarrassment that she didn't share the same feelings. Because maybe Tamara was dropping some signs that gave him the red flag that, yeah, she might be into him. But because we can do it subtly and then we can do it unintentionally because we're just that zoned out. We don't really want to have a relationship with them. We thought we may have dropped breadcrumbs to the fact that we could only be friends. We cannot go past this barrier because I don't see you like that. You know what I'm saying? So she was pretty much frank that putting it out that she didn't really mislead this guy on, but he felt like, yeah, we were friends, but when I crossed over and tried to do more with you and you seemed like you were being very reciprocal to it, then you gonna, do me like this. No, I can't be your friend. No, I'm gonna forget you, you forget me. And I was like, all right then, goddamn, all right. I liked that. And that's where it should be because like I say, you know too much about that person. And if you're still having feelings, that's that haven't residual feelings that haven't calmed themselves to where you're at a place where you can be her friend and try to get over her at the same time. But that's very rare and few and far between. People can separate their emotions, especially when they got dumped in a sense, or the love wasn't reciprocated, or they didn't never see them as being in their future. You know what I'm saying? So that was a real good issue. I'm like, okay, I like that girl topic. I really did, and I like that caller who was basically calling in to get advice on a situation that personally he was dealing with. So I commend them for that. I liked that girl chat. So I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna go back to another girl chat that they had, calling it part two. All right, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos and like my videos. And leave me comments. I would love to hear what you think about it, of that particular topic. Me, I was like, no, keep the friendship. And like Lonnie said, if the friendship developed a little later on in y'all relationship and y'all both were on the same page, want the same thing, y'all start talking about having a relationship that's a little bit more monogamous, and they start making future plans of what they want to do with you, then, and it's reciprocated on both sides, then yes, you have built something that could stand the test of the time of a relationship, a marriage, and a partnership. So that would be my take. But if you don't, and he's not, I mean, like Adrian said, you can read between the lines, and you can tell if somebody just wants you as a booty call, or they really are into you. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Have a great one. Bye bye.